It was a time of fear and chaos. The French Revolution had begun, and France needed a strong leader. A man named Napoleon Bonaparte saw it as an opportunity. Under his rule, France became one of the strongest countries in Europe. But power is sometimes fleeting, and there were difficult times ahead for France's bold leader. Was Napoleon a political genius who made powerful enemies, or did his hunger for power drive him to destruction? Welcome to Epic History. Today let us discuss on the Napoleon. Many applaud Napoleon Bonaparte for his accomplishments. Others find fault with some of his actions. For nearly 2,100 years, he has been both criticized and praised. However, one thing historians agree on is that Napoleon changed the world. While it is true that Napoleon was not always very nice, he was responsible for a number of positive things. For instance, he created a public school system in France. He also promoted a more efficient government and better laws. Many people believe his greatest achievement was the establishment of Code of Napoleon. It brought fair and equal laws to all citizens of France. Even today, this code is still used in many countries around the world as the basis for their laws. Napoleon also promoted the feeling of nationalism. Another word for nationalism is patriotism. It means that you show pride for your country. When we salute the flag, sing the national anthem, or vote in an election, we are showing our nationalism. Nationalism soon spread throughout Europe and then to the rest of the world. Napoleon was incredibly thorough, and he showed a great deal of courage, both in victory and in defeat. He dared to rule Europe, and in the process, he made a name for himself in history. Young Napoleon. Napoleon was born on the island of Corsica on August 15, 1769, in a village named Ajaccio. This island was the fourth largest in the Mediterranean Sea. It is about the size of the state of Louisiana. It lies about 100 miles west of Italy and a little more than 100 miles southeast of France. Corsica belonged to Italy for hundreds of years until 1768. That is the year when France bought all rights to Ireland. Even though Napoleon was born on Corsica, he technically was a citizen of France. At the time of Napoleon's birth, the French felt that the citizens of Corsica were weird and rebellious. They were also very poor. Napoleon was embarrassed to be Corsican, so he changed the original spelling of his first and last names. He thought Napoleon Bonaparte looked and sounded too Italian or too Corsican. He wanted to be thought of as a Frenchman. He became Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon's family. Napoleon's parents were Carlo and Letizia Lamolino de Bonaparte. Napoleon was their fourth child and their second son. His parents had 13 children in all. Only 8 of them lived past infant. Napoleon had 3 sisters and 4 brothers. Like Napoleon, all of his siblings held positions in politics or as loyalty, but no one was successful as Napoleon. The Corsican Revolution. Napoleon's father was a lawyer on Corsica. He had a higher social rank on the island than most people did, but this did not mean that he had any power or that he was rich. In fact, the Bonaparte family was quite poor. Many of Carlos' clients could not afford to pay him money. He was often offered goods and services instead. Carlo and Letizia did not want their island to be under the rule of France. They joined the Corsican Revolution, led by a man named Pasquale Paoli. Those who joined the revolution were fighting for the Corsican freedom from the French. Being a part of the revolution was difficult for the Bonaparte family. It was especially difficult for the young children. The family moved around Corsica to escape the French who had come to stop the revolution. The family had to stay in camps that were dirty and uncomfortable. They were often hungry. Sometimes they were forced to hide out in a cold and dark caves. Many other members of the Bonaparte family were also involved in the fight against the French. In fact, Napoleon was named after his cousin Napoleon, who died in early 1769 while fighting for the Corsican independence. After several years of fighting for Corsica, Napoleon's father realized that his family was suffering. He decided he could not be a part of the revolution anymore. He got a job working for the Corsican government. The position gave him more money to support his growing family. After a while, he had enough power to enroll Napoleon in a private school called a preparatory school. The school was located in Autun, France. Napoleon was only 9 years old when he left for France to go to the private school in Autun. The other boys at the school laughed at him because he was much shorter than the rest of the class. They also made fun of his Corsican accent. Their teasing gave Napoleon the determination to succeed. Napoleon was determined to improve upon how to speak French. Eventually, he was be able to speak it as well as his other classmates. After a few months at the school in Autun, Napoleon's father got his son a scholarship to attend a different school in France. This time, he went to an important military academy called Brienne-Rocheteau. Attending military school changed Napoleon's life forever. It was here that he learned about war. It was here that he began to believe that he was meant to live a military life. After 5 years of military training, the school decided Napoleon would make an excellent sailor. They recommended he join the French Navy. Napoleon disagreed. He thought that he could have a more important military career if he joined the army instead. To do so, he must attend the military college. In 1784, he was chosen to attend France's most prestigious military college, the École Militaire, in Paris. Napoleon rushed through his studies at the military college. It took him only a year to complete the program, while most other students required 2 years to complete the same amount of school work. Napoleon was determined to get his military career started quickly. When he was only 16 years old, Napoleon was given the title of second lieutenant in the artillery. The artillery was the branch of the French army that specialized in large mounted guns like cannons. During a war, the artillery unity would be responsible for the operation of these types of weapons. Napoleon was part of a regiment or military unity called the Regiment der Fer at Varennes, France. Napoleon did not lead the military life right away because France was not involved in any military action at the time. He only took a part in military training exercises occasionally. Napoleon's personal life moved at a relaxed pace. He was invited to many parties and dances. However, the future leader was not very interested in socializing. In fact, he was somewhat of a loner. He went back to Corsica and started writing a history of the island. In 1785, Napoleon's father Karl died. Napoleon's brother Joseph was not able to support the family, so Napoleon had to step in and assume those responsibilities. Once again, the family was poor. Napoleon struggled to make enough money to help his mother and siblings, and even though he still was not very interested in a social life, he now had even less time for friends or fun. Class rebellion in France.